It was good, everybody. June for here, long summer. I can't talk. Wow. Okay. Let's just keep going. That's it. It was good, everybody. June for here, alongside with my bro.
And a bottle opener, Chris.
Hey, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk About It, where we discuss about music, culture, society, entertainment, and everything else in between. And this is episode 17. How you feeling, bro?
Feeling good, man.
Yeah.
I feel like the Magic in the 90s.
Yeah.
We had all the players, but no shots.
Damn. Sheesh.
By the way, the Magic played today, and rest in peace, right? Rest in peace.
Well, that was expected.
There's no coming back from that.
Yeah, absolutely not. You know, that's the tragic.
Yeah,
the Orlando tragic.
But you know, we're doing the same thing we did when we played in the only difference is we're in the first round and not the finals.
Oh,
but
man.
Miami's 4-0.
Okay.
Miami's 4-0.
Dade County, 305.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You know,
Wade County.
Jimmy Butler made TJ Warren.
Ooh.
He was babysitting him. You know what I'm
Ooh.
saying? Gave him his bottle and said, sit on the corner.
Ooh.
Watch your dad play a game.
Okay.
That's what happened.
Okay.
So we're 4-0 right now, but we might play the Bucks. You know, if the Magic lose today.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm feeling good, man.
Absolutely. Shout out to everybody who's.
We want all the smoke. That's
right.
what we want.
Shout out to everybody who's putting in that work during the playoff season, especially with all that's going on right now. So it's real crazy.
Sir.
So you know, as usual, we definitely gotta talk about what's been happening on the internet. I'm pretty sure a shitload has literally occurred.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Indeed.
A lot.
Mm-hmm.
A lot.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start first with Kanye talking about getting with TikTok
Okay.
to start Jesus talk.
Jesus talk.
Yeah. Basically,
What
he
is
went
it?
on TikTok. He didn't like what he saw. And basically, he was like, I want to get up with TikTok and let's start a Jesus, a Christian TikTok. And somehow he got in touch with TikTok and it worked.
I mean, the TBN network still exists. He can take his shit over there if he wants.
All the evangelicals. All of them.
Oh man, yeah, he can go work with people who finesse people for money and shit like that.
That's tough.
You know, with tithes and offerings.
TD Jakes did say God told him to get a private jet. So
Oh, right.
if
You
you
mean
manifested enough.
2 private jets and what? 3 mansions? Okay.
And then 1 Bentley, 1 for his mustache and 1 for him.
Wow. You know, I think you're talking about Steve Harvey. Oh, stop.
Hell no.
I mean, sure, whatever. You know.
Do you think he has a mustache collection in his house?
Steve Harvey? Nah.
Do you think
I
that because
doubt
his
it.
mustache is too perfect
I think
to be?
I think the only fictional character who I think his mustache is closest to as perfect as Steve's is Mr. Potato Heads. They both got the same mustache. They definitely do.
You know, you've never seen Mr. Potato Head and him in the same room.
Imposter.
Imposter.
Indeed.
You're fake.
Well, I mean, shit. If Kanye wants to do that, I guess, you know, I'm really not all that impressed by
What
that.
kind of content could you possibly put on Jesus Talk?
You'd be surprised. He probably will come up with some shit. Or you know what I think? I feel like that he'll just use Jesus as a gimmick. Just to promote himself, you know, because Kanye is well known for promoting himself
And
everywhere he
gimmicky
goes.
Garbage.
Everywhere he goes, you hear, oh yeah, Yeezy's this and Kanye that. Buy my album this, you know.
Usually, when he starts acting a fool, it usually means that he's gonna start releasing another album.
Yeah.
So I'm anticipating another one coming.
Yeah. At this point, people have stopped falling for his jokes. Like it's like it's not.
It's not even funny.
It's not funny anymore. Like we know you just say you're gonna drop the album,
right?
Yeah, you know
like,
what I mean.
You don't have to do the whole. We got to do a pre-order.
Right. You
pre-release.
You go above and beyond for what?
For nothing.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't.
And the
get
last album wasn't even that great.
Exactly.
For me, the last best album was The Life of Pablo. That to me was his last best album.
I feel like he threw some unnecessary songs in there, which I was like, nah, that ain't it, bro. That ain't it, nah, at all. You know, you got a whole orchestra on an album for what? I don't get it. You got the whole choir and shit. You know,
he did have an odd group of people.
He did
features for that song.
He had a lot of people that no one's heard of in 10 years. This nigga had The Dream on his album.
He had Jeremiah on there too.
Like who? Okay, Jeremiah, I understand. You know,
But
he's
really-
hearing it, but the dream, I'm like, damn, nigga, you were just hopping out of retirement or some shit. I understand you're probably songwriting on the low,
Keep
but
in mind
damn,
this though.
where
He
you
was
been?
in the same category as Red Cafe.
No. The dream? Nah, no way.
You almost forgot about Red Cafe, didn't you?
No way. The Red Cafe, you've seen him in just cameos, and that was it.
That man, he
I've
had like
never heard
two songs,
and that
was
was it. I forgot the name of it.
Smacking, bro.
They were, what was it? It was one with Fabulous on there in the remix, whatever. I forgot, but
I remember it was like 2012. He was hitting with all those songs.
I think it was 2012.
It was 2012
It
when
was
everybody was
2012.
wearing Tisa snapbacks.
Yeah, this was during the time when DJ Khaled would, had like 12 people on the song and
Yeah.
shit.
And
This
he
is
thought that was the norm.
no,
so he just started
that was
adding
in
more people.
2012. I think that was like 2007, 2008 though.
Red Cafe.
I want to say it was around that time. Because 2012,
No, because
way.
I remember seeing it on Rap Radar back then, but Rap Radar's website was still working.
I want to say it was late 2000s. I don't want to say it was early 2010s. But, I mean, shit. That's Red Cafe. I have not heard from this man in a while.
He's probably working at Twisty Treat or something now. Something. I don't know what he's doing. His name's Red Cafe, but he works at a cafe. You feel me?
That's crazy. That's wild. But
crazy.
shit, and speaking of shit, I don't even know what. Let's talk about Bella Thorne and this OnlyFans shit.
She finessed,
Bro, this lady made $1 million in less than 24 hours.
But you know what? I blame the people paying for the content.
Mm.
Because here's the
What
thing,
were they
right?
expecting,
She
though?
basically proved her point. If you get a celebrity who claims they're going to post exclusive content,
Yeah.
right, and they thought she was going to post nudes, she posted no nudes, my friend.
I felt like here these are two things I think that was actually in my head. One, either Bella Thorne was broke, which I know she's far from it. Number two, once
It's
again,
just for attention.
looking for attention,
That's
like
all
she
it is.
always has been. Like,
He's like, I'm trying to break into new genres and stuff. Okay, you can go make a porn. Like, go do it.
or
Which she did.
I
She
think
directed for a
I
porn.
think what she has to accept the fact that she's never gonna be as great as Zendaya. Okay, you're not. I'm sorry. I'm not even sorry.
Wow.
Let's just be real here. Like, Zendaya blew up, you didn't. Like,
That's
nobody
tough.
knows who the fuck you are. Like,
That's
we know.
tough.
Oh, the girl from Shake It Up. Okay,
Oh,
like,
wow.
sorry, I don't
Shaking
care.
what though?
You know what I mean? Like, that's just
there's
how I feel about it.
There's nothing
like,
going on.
nobody's looking for you. Nobody's looking
I still
for you.
fuck with Bella Thorne though. No cap. You know,
I don't know what she's done ever since then. You know,
she's done like small roles. She directed her first porn
who's
film.
who's watching it?
Damn,
Nobody.
that's tough.
Like, who's watching it? And these people are dumb as hell, falling for that whole OnlyFans
but see, she
shit.
kind of
Like,
fucked it because by making $1 million, she basically changed the per capture rate for OnlyFans and the payout time it takes because OnlyFans didn't have the $1 million to pay out to her, so now they
really?
yeah, that's the reason why they changed their
Wow.
rate of pay because they're like,
And everyone asks for their refund, huh?
because imagine if somebody else does what she did.
Mhm.
If they say, "Oh yeah, she made $1 million,"
Mhm.
hold up. OnlyFans doesn't even make that much as a company. So if she made $1 million, imagine the next celebrity that comes on, that makes $2 million or $3 million.
I think celebrities should keep away from OnlyFans, and which leads to what I'm about to say right now. I feel like what Bella Thorne did was completely selfish as well. There were a lot of people, a lot of content creators on OnlyFans who were struggling to even scrape for coins. You know what I mean? But here she is, ruining it for everybody. Like, damn, bro.
I kind of feel bad, but I don't.
I don't. Go find something else better to do with
It's
your
just
life,
like, bro,
Nobody gives a fuck. Like,
there's so many other platforms to use to make that kind of content, and it's like,
I agree.
I understand people, that's their job, whatever, I like how some people like to Uber, some people like to be self-employed. If being naked is your way of getting a job, then I guess so. If you're making money off it, then fine. But don't hate the player, man. Hate the game. That's all I gotta say.
Bella Thorne just tries
She
too
finessed.
hard. She tries too
She
hard.
finessed
bro.
and she won.
She tries.
She
too
literally
hard.
said, "I'm gonna post exclusive content." Exclusive.
Anything
What are you gonna
could've-
watch her putting on sunscreen? Like, I don't understand.
It could have been anything at this point. I just feel like, this was, I don't even want to say it's a publicity stunt. I just want to say that Bella Thorne has been well known for trying way too hard. Like, hey, look at me, guys. Look at me. Like you don't have to do all that. Come on.
My face matters too. Okay,
Like,
I know you focus on Zendaya.
and I'm not
My face matters too.
and for me it's just like, you know, some people make it, others won't receive that same amount of attention. Doesn't mean that you're irrelevant. I won't answer
Personally,
that.
when I was watching the show when I was younger, I only watched the show because Zendaya was on it. Let's be honest.
I mean, she played a very decent role in there as well.
Bella was the most annoying character though on that show.
Okay.
I was like, can we just cut out her face and just put Zendaya for the show? Just give the show to Zendaya.
It was pretty much Zendaya's show.
Like nobody cares, bro.
It was Zendaya's show.
And then you know the fact that after all this has gone down, you're still fishing for clout, bro. Like you don't have to go to OnlyFans and make $1 million and take away from the creators who literally.
Yeah.
Don't even post sex content. They post other things.
And sex content.
But it's like you're taking away their per capita. Like people who aren't famous, who don't have that celebrity status.
Yeah.
You're taking that away from them and you're monetizing basically and monopolizing the entire application. So now somebody who's Bella Thorne who came and made $1 million, you're gonna see people like Cardi B or other people out there that's like, oh wow, like Bella Thorne made $1 million? Let me go make $1 million too.
Let me make $5 million. But again,
and somebody who's more popular than her could make more money than she did, and then ruin the app.
But see, I feel like people who are of a higher scale than she is, right, or of a higher caliber, they don't have to be on OnlyFans. You know what I mean?
I think unless if you were
right, unless if you're bored or you're broke, like that's my only thing. But high-profile celebrities like Cardi B, you won't see Cardi B on OnlyFans unless if she's doing this shit for different reasons. I can see her
on OnlyFans though.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, but she's doing it for. She literally stated that she's not posting nude content. She said it's for promote my music only.
See, there you go. They're using it for something different, Yeah. So if you're a high-profile celebrity, you don't need an OnlyFans. You're already making money.
But you're tricking your fans into thinking you're going to post exclusive content, then they go and buy your subscription. And then people were like, okay, where's this exclusive content that I couldn't see on Google Images? You know what I'm saying? So it's like you go on there and then it's like, all right, well, and she's not the only one that's done this. I've seen news of people doing that where they say, oh yeah, go look at my OnlyFans. Mm-hmm. And then they post like a cutout like of a heart covering their body or something like that. And then you go on that.
Like the emoji.
The emoji, and then you literally go on OnlyFans and then it's literally a picture of them clothed and you just got finessed.
Yeah.
And then there was a bunch of people trying to ask for like a refund and stuff, and OnlyFans was kind of like, that's why they remonetized and changed their stuff, because they're like, well, now we have to return the $1 million back to these people, and we don't have it because she already cashed out. So
she better do something about that. Use that money of hers.
It's false advertising, and basically you're tricking subscribers into thinking they're getting something.
It's wrong.
Exclusive, and they're actually not.
It's completely wrong.
So you're basically playing the system.
Yep, it's completely wrong. I don't know what the hell she would do that for, but, whatever, I guess. Speaking of more on the internet, so there's this artist out here all over the internet. I want to say he's like in this internet sensation. Goes by the name of Soy Tiet, this one Asian guy. And he's literally viral right now, with his singing and R&B smooth type shit. And when I thought of him, I thought of Ice JJ Fish from like way back in the 2010s. I want to say the mid to late 2010s, where he was blowing up with, singing off key. There's something about you, girl. Like, it shit is hilarious. That's hilarious. His music videos with the fine ass women, but the man can't sing for shit.
I'll never understand that.
I don't either.
It's clout, man. That's all it is.
Oh, absolutely. So who do you think would win the battle? Soy Tiet or Ice JJ Fish?
Ice JJ Fish is a better songwriter.
Thank you for saying that, because I said the same shit. He
just has bad execution.
Yeah, you know what? He's a terrible singer, but I think he should get into songwriting. I totally agree 100%. I don't know about the Soy Tiet guy, but I don't know. I think he's a better singer, but probably a shitty-ass writer. Who knows?
Do the remix.
You know what? Balance
if
each other out.
Remix?
How about a collab?
No, that's
collab.
ear rape. He's a rape. That's ear rape. I would advise nobody to listen to that.
I would be for it. For the culture, bro. One time.
I would just say, you know what?
One time for the culture.
No, he's making Christian music now. He's
oh yeah, I heard about that.
I have
he's
him on
Facebook.
Full Kanye.
I have him on Facebook. He's so annoying, bro. That is so
he's
annoying.
Like, if you make that kind of music, Jesus hates you.
I'm like, shut up. Like, that's why your ass irrelevant now. That's why nobody likes you. I liked you better when you had that big ass gap in your mouth.
Wow. Wait, he got his teeth fixed?
Yeah, his gap is closing, bro. He got braces now.
Oh damn!
Crazy, man, crazy. But you know,
congratulations.
Yeah,
you won.
Nothing. Nothing. Now go on, get out of here. Get out. That was from SpongeBob. Remember thanks. What do I win? It's like nothing. They're gone. Get out of here. I'm like, yo, Mr. Krabs, what?
People don't understand how underrated SpongeBob is.
Bro. The quotes,
bro.
Bro, yesterday, I was just reading a post on Twitter about the quote when SpongeBob was taking care of Squidward, saying, "There's 2 things in this house that won't work." And Squidward said, "Well, go fix it then." There are 2 things that won't work. I was
this person a job. And he's like, what are you
saying? Oh,
he took the whole bed out of the house and took him to go get a job.
SpongeBob was not having it.
He was tight, bro. He put it in the soup. He put a puppet show on the TV. Job.
And then Squidward smacked that bowl out of his hand. I'm like, dang, bro. Squidward's so ungrateful. Oh, I would never help his dumb ass. Like, I took you into my house. Like, don't disrespect me.
That was probably one of the my house, bitch. That was probably one of the best episodes of SpongeBob ever.
One of the best, absolutely. SpongeBob quotes are hilarious.
Hilarious.
It's real easy to, to quote a line from an episode, and you can just easily tell where it came from. Yeah. So it's hilarious. SpongeBob, crazy. So we're gonna go ahead and move on forward and talk about Terry Crews.
Wow.
This man was out here talking about how they need to boycott Magic City. And this was the last straw for me.
Wasn't he literally got caught for watching porn, bro. This guy...
I had no idea.
That was his whole part of coming out with it. And I'm like, dude, why are you coming out with this? Like, keep that in your archives, bro. Like, nobody wants to hear that. You're literally getting beat up by your girlfriend, your wife.
Bro. Because
you watch porn. I mean, that's okay. That's life.
If
if the neck ain't working, bro, that's okay,
well,
bro.
Damn.
She don't got the WAP, bro. That's okay,
wow,
bro.
She ain't got the pelican throat.
That's okay.
The pelican throat.
That's out of pocket.
Okay, let me stop.
Pelican throat. Wow.
Okay, let me chill. No, but
not the turkey neck.
Listen. Okay, on some real shit though, I really meant every single word when I finally said that I was heavily convinced that Terry Crews was not just acting in White Chicks. He's literally acting.
No, he's living it.
He's literally living that character, bro.
That quote where he said, "Isn't this an all white party?" hits different now.
He said, "You mean to tell me that you are not white?" The deception, brother. You crossed me. He said, "Negro, please. Didn't anybody tell you this was an all white party? Somebody get this jigaboo away from me." I'm like, yo.
I was like, that's tough.
Yo.
But here's the thing, right? With Terry Crews, I feel like he seeks exception from people. Like, he's one of those people where he needs to be accepted. And I feel like him consistently saying these random things is like, oh, shut down Magic City. Bro.
Even he was talking about
the most irrelevant thing. He's like, oh, well, black protesting spreads negativity.
Yeah,
and it's like, dude, what are you talking about?
Sir.
Instead of sitting on Twitter and typing garbage, how about you go out there and see what's really going on?
He would have to see that shit for himself. I'm convinced he does not get up out of his chair to see what the hell's going on.
No, he's too busy drinking roids every morning.
You know that. You know what that reminds me of? ALM motherfuckers, because that's all they do. Sit on their asses. They see some shit. They type. All they do is scream like a distressed referee. Don't say shit.
That's out of bounds.
But then when something wrong is going on, they stay quiet. Mm-hmm. And when some other shit regarding black people say, "Oh, where's BLM? Oh my god,
BLM, where are they now?
Where are they now?
Where's
these protests?"
But here's the thing, right? It's like, you go on Twitter instead of spreading, positivity, and instead of saying, you know what, and then I see, obviously people that aren't black or are not Hispanic, and they're just like, oh, I don't see anything that's wrong with what he's saying. Magic City is great, but we gotta stop this violence. Let's turn Magic City into Sesame Street. Like, what? And the thing that
I'm sorry. You brought reminded me of the previous episode, the community. I'm like,
this is community rules.
Oh, can you imagine having somebody with that voice on Neighborhood Watch?
Yo, he would get roasted, bro, every day, bro.
You come here at 11 p.m. every single night. This is unacceptable, sir. I'm like,
This is a nice neighborhood. You need to get out of here.
wait, you also sound like Chris Sales from Chris and Queen. This is so bad.
Oh my god. I think, but
man.
honestly though, he's one of those people, bro, that if he saw a black person hurting, bro, he wouldn't go out of his way.
He probably won't do shit, bro.
And the thing that bothers me is like there's so much going on right now, and even if you're not with like Black Lives Matter or whatever, to even talk about black positivity or positivity or unity among people, you're talking about a bunch of other shit that makes no sense to me.
Completely irrelevant.
It's like you want people to listen. Use your platform to do good things. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Instead
of using your platform to say, "Oh, you will shut down Magic City." Why were you there last week?
But what
was it? Did they take their money from you?
And what did Magic City do to you?
What Magic City has nothing to. Okay, granted, Magic City has its own problems, just like every other. If you want to talk about Magic City, talk about Skid Row. Talk about all these other bad places other than literally the demographic of being black people, since that bothers you so much. Because I've seen a bunch of other people talk about 23rd in New York, where it's just a whole street of just hookers. Like, you're not going to talk about that because you don't care when it's not the black narrative. If it's the black narrative and you see, black people are in the news, let me put my 2 cents in. Terry Crews, go lift up a couch and throw it outside. Do something else other than be on the internet because nobody cares. Yeah. And I think personally, it's like, you could be using your platform to do so many different things, to be a part of the community, to go help other people out, to go, to be at the front lines and do something about it.
I do believe that the black community continues to become less and less interested in whatever Terry Crews has to say each and every single time he opens up his mouth in every situation.
But it's just sad, right? Because it's like,
it is.
Why, as a person who is also black, you mean to tell me out of everything you've seen in the last 2 months, your number one focus right now is Magic City?
You know what I do believe? Even with certain black people who, because don't get me wrong, there's some black people who feel like there's nothing wrong. There's some black people who,
because it's not happening to them.
Exactly, because they're not affected by it. So I try not to be too upset when it comes to certain black people who feel as if, because that's never happened to me, I have a totally different view on it. But that doesn't mean it won't happen to you at any point in time.
I mean, personally, I don't get upset when they say these things. I just find what they're saying to be without context.
Yeah.
Yes, you're telling people to shut down Magic City, but some people eat. That's how some people feed their families.
Yeah. There's so much shit to be talking about. And you worry about an entertainment business.
And that's what proves my point. It's that his way of thinking is so one-dimensional.
Why don't we talk about what happened in Wisconsin? You want to talk about what happened in Atlanta.
But here's the thing, right? His way of thinking is so one-dimensional.
Yeah.
That the only thing you could think of from the time frame of what happened even before Wisconsin, before Portland.
Yeah.
The first thing you think of is you got up in the morning and said, "Let me tweet about Magic City."
I've seen this.
Let's shut down Magic City. Really?
I've seen this man's interviews, and half of the shit he says does not make
any sense. And all. It's like, dude, are you okay? Like, are you okay? Like, you seem a little off.
Absolutely.
And I'm not gonna say Terry Crews is not a cool guy when I'm watching him on TV. He's a pretty chill dude. I've seen his shows. I enjoyed his acting. I like his work. But when he opens his mouth, it's almost like his brain and his mouth don't mix. And I know what people are gonna say.
Kind of like Charles Barkley.
And I know what people are gonna yeah. But his legs don't work at the same pace either.
That's why everybody, including Shaq, roasts his dumb ass. That's what his ass gets. But Phoenix Suns, let me tell you something. Kobe Bryant. That was that Aries Freeze.
Kobe is not a legend, even though I never won any rings. I just want to put my 2 cents. And don't get me started on Kendrick Perkins.
Bruh.
You won 1 ring on the backs of Ray Allen,
this man thinks
Paul
he's
Pierce, and
KG.
And this man wants to put his suit. It sounded like some dude from Dukes of Hazzard. Well, sir, I think the basketball should go that way. But if I'm being honest, I put 2 on the horse. That's LeBron James.
Man look like a beefed up lumberjack. Relax.
He was like Bronny 2.0 on the package.
Like,
yo, sit your just for ass out, bro.
Big ass
Old Spice wearing ass out, bro.
Big ass shoulders.
I'm telling you, bro. You gotta fight a size 15 in Doc Martens head ass boy.
I'm dead. I'm dead. Yeah,
but anyway, man.
But yeah, man.
But I'm just saying, bro. Like, it's just for me. We live in a time now where you can literally look something up on Google.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking about Kendrick Perkins' fade.
Yeah.
That should be bad lopsided. I'm just.
Wow.
But you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
You live in a time now where things are different. You can search things up at literally just picking up your phone and asking Siri.
That's all it takes.
And on, you know what I mean?
That's all it takes.
Not you, Siri. My bad. But you know,
picking up on everything.
Everything, bro. I'm just saying, like, I think at this point now he needs to just delete his account.
I think you should just stop talking.
Do everybody a favor. Focus on the time with your wife. And just delete your account.
Facts.
Because at this point, I know what people are going to say. But he has a different opinion. Why are you against his opinion? I'm not against his opinion.
Everyone's entitled to have their own opinions.
But I do also understand, like,
it doesn't matter what you say.
Right. But I do also understand, as a black person, you cannot tell me you don't see what's going on.
Especially in this climate, bro.
You can't tell me you don't see
what's in this climate. Right. Especially in this climate. You're going to literally sit here and blindly just talk loosely out the side of your neck?
Like, bro, come on, bro.
Come on. Makes no sense.
Like, update your porn list, bro. Don't talk to me, bro.
Just educate yourself.
Just educate yourself. All I do something,
bro. Moving forward, so apparently the U.S. Marshal has recovered 39 missing children in Georgia.
So where are they gonna take them? They just gonna re-traffic them motherfuckers, bro. And I don't want to say that, but
probably
that's
into
just
safety. But they said that
safety.
A lot of these children range between the ages of 3 and 17.
Nah, they getting re-trafficked. That's what this country does.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's fucked up.
Like, bro. And it was crazy. I even saw that shit too on Twitter. I was like, and somebody was saying, which is true, it was like, yo, how come this shit is not even on the news? Where 39 missing children were just recovered. 39 missing children.
They're just trying to round them up. That's what they do. They round them up, and then they take them to these pedos' houses, and these pedos, and they come out there and they do this wild shit. You know, I've been seeing too many pedos lately, man.
Yeah,
too much shit going on.
Too
like
many.
there was a dude out here in Lake Worth that, not Lake Worth. I'm sorry, Lake County. That he's a pastor, and he had not two,
you don't
three,
even have to say anymore.
4,000 videos of toddlers in bondage.
Wow.
In bondage. So we're talking tied up, abused, all kinds of weird shit,
That's
bro.
disgusting.
And I sat there and I was like, dude, are you serious, bro?
And these be the same ones who be preaching the word of God, huh?
Those are the same ones that say ALM.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he was an ALM guy. So if that's what ALM does, I guess you guys are pedos then, because
facts.
You got this dude out here with 4,000. How do you even get that much? Like, I don't understand. Who distributes this kind of stuff?
People just do shit under many people's noses.
Like, who does that?
People get away with a lot of bullshit, and it's really crazy.
I don't understand. It's like, really you gotta be some kind of wild dude to be doing some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy to me. I'll never understand that. And you know, these people don't even get that much time in prison.
No, they don't. And speaking of somebody who won't be getting much time in prison, we got Kyle the shooter. Kyle the shooter, bro.
So here's the thing, right? So you have this kid with a 17 years old with an AR or a semi-automatic
illegally
cross state lines just to come and fuck the place up.
Nigga already shot 2 people.
Shot and killed 2 people, and then proceeded to unload into the crowd. And you know, the people that are actually defending him disgust the hell out of me.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if they created like a GoFundMe or something.
Oh, they already were.
Of course.
And they were shutting them down because they were trying to create GoFundMes.
Let me guess. It was a Christian
Yeah.
based.
Yeah. Actually, evangelicals.
Yeah. Oh.
So that doesn't surprise me.
Okay.
That doesn't surprise me.
Perfect.
All these people who are undercover Jesus freaks
Perfect.
that like to act like, oh, well, Jesus did this for a reason. Nah, man. Nah.
I don't know what kind of Christianity y'all practicing.
I don't know how you can say, like, consider yourself someone, a churchgoer, and you're okay with another person shooting another person and killing them.
It's only them white Christians that have that issue.
Now, let's take the other side into accountability, right? So you had other people saying, when I was reading the entire thread and I watched the entire video, people were like, oh, they attacked him first, blah, blah. First of all,
they didn't use a gun.
They said, oh, someone threw a Molotov at him. No, someone didn't throw a Molotov at him. Someone threw a glass bottle at him. Now, what would have a worse impact on your body and could possibly kill you? A glass bottle?
A bullet.
Or a couple bullets to the neck?
Oh, a couple.
Let me think. 2, when he showed up, he was brandishing his gun already. And that's why people went into defense and attack mode, because they said, wow, this dude has a gun. But the logic kicked in and said there's more of us than there are of him. They already took him down to the ground to try to wrestle his gun from him. Because he was literally walked up and pointed a gun at them.
And to no avail?
To no avail. Just showed up. And the thing is, it's like, you tell people, well, that's self-defense. That's not self-defense. He has a gun. They do not. The worst impact of getting hit with a rock or a glass bottle, dude, does not equate to 3 rounds to the chest.
It does not.
In one sitting.
It does not.
It makes no sense.
It does not.
So you're telling me that this kid was able to shoot people, 2 people dead, one in the face and the other one in the neck, and unloaded into the crowd, proceeded to walk towards the cops, walk back to his car,
like it was nothing,
and went home.
Like it was nothing.
And then on top of that, when he got arrested the next morning, they already knew his address. So that means that you knew that you sent him there. If you know his address and you know where he lives, you even put him in juvenile detention.
A detention facility.
You didn't put him in a high risk prison or high max security prison. Well, because he's 17. Well, try him as an adult. When you see a person,
not just 17, white and 17,
it doesn't even matter.
You know what I mean?
Because at the end of the day, age is age. You know what I mean?
It would matter in this system. You know?
Exactly.
Kids like him will get away with that shit.
If the Central Park 5 could be tried as adults,
shit.
And they didn't even do
without
it
questioning.
With no question.
Without questioning.
You mean to tell me you gave this guy the detention treatment? He even gets his own cell. So what are you talking about?
Mental health?
I don't know. But I'm pretty sure at some point it's going to be either, oh, well, this kid has mental health. This kid he's on the lower end of the spectrum, or he's this. And it's like, dude, nah, man. At some point, we got to stop claiming mental health. Because you're making other people with actual mental health
issues
bad.
Exactly.
Because now you're telling me that if a kid can buy a gun, brandish it, and shoot people, that he's considered mentally unwell. Yeah. Then why was he there in the first place?
Well, why did he get a gun? Why'd they allow him to get a gun?
It's not even that they allowed him. They gave him the gun.
Right.
He was in an undercover militia with a bunch of people, and the cops just let him escape because the cops allowed him to be there. Now, if you twist the narrative and you had a black person, a Spanish person, a Pan-Asian American, or Asian, or anybody, a Native American, anybody who came with a full force in an AK-47, he's getting shot on sight.
Yep, that's an automatic threat.
He's getting the shooting, what do you call it? The
warning shot?
Not even a warning shot. He's getting the whole front line of being shot.
Yeah.
Like they just shoot him all at once.
Yeah.
The firing squad, that's what they call it.
Yeah.
And, the disgusting part is that you see people online making excuses for him, defending him, GoFundMes. What is wrong with people? I realize that you have people that truly, honestly have no kind of common sense. No, there's like everybody here just has brain damage.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're telling me that somebody who shot people at point blank range that didn't look like him was okay. But I guarantee you, if it was the other way around and a black person came to an All Lives Matter protest or to a racist protest and unloaded on them,
it'll be a problem.
He wouldn't even leave that place alive.
Nope, absolutely not.
He would be dead.
Absolutely not. But you know why? America.
But the thing is this, right? you're doing this as a sort of way to make a statement and saying that no matter what you do, no matter what we do, you're still beneath us.
Yep.
You can have a gun license. You can be a gun wielder for the last 20, 40, 30, or 60, whatever, some odd years.
Right.
And if you don't look what the demographic fits, they don't care. How can you tell me that somebody who shot people at point blank range gets the detention treatment, but the guy who got shot in the back 7 times was handcuffed to his bed, paralyzed?
Still, and also, an update on that. They took the handcuff.
Yeah, because his dad said something about it.
Yeah, that's sad.
His dad said something about it.
That was a dude who pretty much allegedly tried to break a fight between.
He tried to break a fight, but they said, "Oh, there was a knife on the floor."
There was a knife in the car.
Who's he gonna knife?
Okay,
he's got kids in the car.
But did you see the knife in the car already? Come on, you didn't even see.
It's not even that. Anything to justify shooting him is what the case may be.
Right.
They said, "Well, I didn't know he was gonna go to the car and whatever."
See?
But if you think about it, right? Anybody could have a knife on their floor.
Yep.
Some people use a knife to fix things in their car.
Kyle probably had a knife in his pocket.
Some people, hey,
See?
I carry a screwdriver in my car.
See?
So somebody could say, "Oh, well, that's a knife."
Yep.
Or that's a weapon.
Yep.
And say, "Oh, well, he was trying to hurt me with the screwdriver."
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? So anything now could be brandished as a weapon, and then you're basically like, well,
in the eyes of a cop who, apparently they can't tell the difference between a screwdriver and a knife.
You know what pisses me off? It's like, if you're a cop and you consider yourself afraid for your life, you shouldn't be a cop.
Don't be.
You hold the most terrifying weapon that most people can't even get a hold of, and that is a gun.
Yep.
Shooting someone doesn't make you powerful. First of all, you tased the guy twice before he went to his car. Y'all gotta learn that tasers don't work on black people.
I don't think that works on anybody.
Like I've been seeing people get tasered lately. They just pull them shits right out.
Even crackheads, bro. You shot.
Crackheads are on a different energy. They're on a different energy. They're high up on Adderall, like, what on crack cocaine,
bro.
Like
that's like a flick on the
crack
shoulder.
Cocaine is like Heisman to the taser.
I'm telling you, bro.
They don't like, and you know it's crazy because like they tased him twice, so they said, and he walks to his car with 2 kids in the car.
Oh man, and for the kids
to see your dad get shot. Now, thank God he lived, but at the same time, it's like his life is changed now.
Yeah, he's paralyzed now, and
you know what upsets me even more? It's like even after that whole entire thing happened, you came out and you said he's wanted for sexual assault. First of all,
bring up anything in the book.
First of all,
anything
that is a different.
They did that.
The 2 cases don't link.
You know what? They did the same thing with George Floyd.
Yeah, they tried to say he was a ex-convict and he was doing all this extra stuff, and it's like, okay, but when Kyle shot up those people, why didn't you explain to Kyle that he was in a group militia on Facebook with 437 people planning an attack?
Yeah,
I don't see that on the news. But when you see people, how about you tell everybody that he had Nazi memorabilia in his house? Oh, we're not going to talk about that. How about you talk about how he went to bed, washed the clothes that he was in because he had blood on him to get rid of the evidence. But yet we don't want to talk about that.
You know, the more I hear...
and he went to jail in one piece.
Yeah. The more I hear about these stories about how, when it comes to black people constantly being shot and possibly killed versus white people who get away with doing some fuck shit in this country, I've grown tired of it.
It's just become the norm now.
The more I've grown tired of it. And you're absolutely right. It has become the norm. I've become completely numb to it every time, which is why I haven't really gotten too into the story about Kyle and what happened with Jacob. Like, for me, it's like, yeah, I already know how that story's going to end. You can already predict it. You look at that and it's like, I know how that's going to end.
He's going to scream self-defense.
That young man, Jacob, he's either done for, and
or
then
they'll settle in court and it'll just be gone.
Right, and then Kyle, he gets away scot-free. Yeah. We know how that story ends.
Yeah.
We already do. We can all predict it.
So quick are they to forget that they pushed the case for George Floyd so far that they want you to forget about it.
And we're still struggling to seek justice for Breonna Taylor and Elijah McClain and even more people as well.
This dude he's the persecutor for that case had the fucking nerve to come on TV and talk at the Republican National Committee and talk about
to even have Breonna Taylor's name
talk
in his
about
mouth,
her name
bro.
in his mouth,
In his
and
mouth,
you didn't
dog.
even do as a black man, you did nothing to proceed with her case. You were literally pandering
For clout.
for and
votes.
used her name for re-election for yourself.
Ridiculous.
You should be a fucking shame to yourself.
That's the thing. They're not. They don't care. They don't care.
How long is it going to take? And you know what's even crazier? The cops that busted through her door and shot at her house 20 times and hit her 8 times were the same ones in 2018 that had the similar issue with busting up in people's houses, shooting like they're blind, and with no
Like they saw
context.
nothing. Right.
With no context.
Ridiculous.
Imagine if there was a kid in there.
They wouldn't care.
Imagine if it was a
They wouldn't
toddler
care.
sleeping and
They
the
would not
bullets
care.
bounced off the wall and killed
And
a kid
hit-
in
yep.
their sleep.
Yep.
What
Yep.
are you gonna say to yourself
Yep.
now? And you kill with no remorse. But those are the same people that call themselves devout Christians. Those are
Well,
the same people that go and say they pray to God every day.
I'd
Those
like
are the-
I like
you
to
know,
see those I like to see those so-called God-fearing people, right, who get to go home every single day washing the blood off of them, you know, to their daughters and families, and see if somebody does a drive-by in their fucking house.
Well,
And
you
see
see,
how that is. You know what I mean? I like to see that shit happen on my
The
on my
counter-
account.
the counter end of the spectrum is that when you see in this country, cops hold too much power,
Mm-hmm.
and you
There's
see
not enough
people say,
accountability.
"Oh well, if the person gets shot and they call for the cops, who's gonna come for you?
Yeah,
Who's the blah blah blah." I'm like, the cops already don't show up.
they don't. Depending
call
on where
them-
you
depending
live.
on
at.
where you live,
Yeah.
if you can call the cops all you want, they ain't gonna show.
Absolutely not.
And actually, they're not obligated to show if they don't have to.
Mm.
It's a law, actually. If a cop feels like he doesn't have to go and reassess the situation, they don't have to. So what is the point of being a cop?
What are the points of cops, period?
I mean, there's a point to having cops.
Yeah, but a lot of them don't do their fucking jobs.
I feel like, well, there's some that do, because I
sure.
personally know like some cops
I'm
that
sure.
actually do their fucking job,
Mm.
that get involved with the community. But you make it bad for those other cops that try to do good,
I think
that try to uplift their communities.
it's a lot easier for people to distrust cops as a whole
Very,
because
very.
of what's happening.
Because when you see too many of them working together, and you see
Yeah,
cops,
it's like,
you see cops fist bumping
right, I don't
these
know.
militia people.
Yeah,
and you
I
see them
don't-
like
I don't know how to feel about that, you know?
It makes you think
I
like,
can't trust you.
like what the hell?
Yeah.
Like whose side are you on?
Right.
You kneel with us
Right.
when we're
Mm.
protesting, but then
I never believed in that.
oh no, nobody
I never
should.
believed in that. When I see people, bro,
It's a photo op.
right.
That's all it
When
is.
I get so disgusted on Twitter, and I'm glad people are now waking up to see that. When I see cops kneeling, what happened with the protests and shit like that? When all this
Mhm.
shit started, this George Floyd thing started that uproar. You see cops kneeling, marching, but I'm like, stop. Like I get so disgusted
Yeah.
because I'm like, we all know what's gonna happen at the end of the day. When all this shit is over, you're gonna go back to harassing young kids and anybody else who doesn't
As a
look
matter
like
of fact,
you.
I saw a boy here in Orlando. Actually, they showed the video on the news. Man was standing there with like
Was it-
4 or 5 people.
was
The
it
man
a-
came and smacked the drink out of the dude's hand, and then proceeded to arrest him because he looked suspicious.
Did you hear? I don't know if this is a similar story, but did you hear about what happened in the Florida Mall?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. Shot the dude in the back. and
He
the
didn't
rest is
survive.
history. He didn't survive.
The FC. See, because they thought he fit the description.
Too many, and it's like it's
Cops,
becoming a
man.
thing where it's like
Fucking cops.
people just don't care anymore.
They don't, bro. They really
And
don't.
you want to feel sorry for these people, and you want to feel for their families. And what else do they have? Sometimes these are their only children.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes these are their only
Their
kids.
only
And
future.
that father is lucky that he was able to keep his son. No matter what case that may be or whatever is up against him, he's a human at the end of the day.
That's facts.
And
People forget that.
People forget that. And it's like,
People forget that.
I see way too many people online openly admitting that they would support people shooting other people. When that thing happens to you,
and we all know
and your
what
family
types of
member
people
gets
they
shot,
are.
and your friend or family member gets killed, then maybe you'll feel a little bit of remorse.
Facts.
How can you consider yourself a regular human being of any kind of spectrum to
Yep.
think that a human life is not worth anything?
That's facts.
And it's like, and I see too much like, well, if they don't think their humans' rights matter, why should I? Then you're just as bad as them.
Yep.
You're just as bad as a murderer. You're just as bad as a killer. You're just as bad as anybody who even thinks that way.
That's facts.
When I see people, do heinous things to people that are peacefully protesting, like the dude who drove his Challenger through a group of protesters last year.
Oh, man.
And they
You know-
finally put him in jail for life.
Wow.
But how long did that take? It took months.
Sometimes I like to see the community just take that into their own hands. Like, for example, I forgot where that was. I think it was in LA. There were protesters across the interstate, you know, blocking all the lanes. This one big ass 18-wheeler decided to like haul right through, and when they noticed that somebody got knocked over, after they split, they were like, "Oh hell no." They came through. The whole crowd came through, bust the windows open, dragged that nigga out, and beat his ass. And you know, I thrive to see shit like that. I feel like sometimes the community now, we have to take that into our own hands because the system's not doing it for us.
Well, so first of all, don't stand on any freeways because that's dangerous.
It can be dangerous, but that alone should, you know, literally wake some people up and get people off their asses and do something about it.
But I think, you know, for me, when I sit down and I look at these different things going on and these people just out there taking time off from work and doing what they have to do to go protest and stand up for what's right, it's instead of supporting those that do so, you have people worried about riots and looting.
Or at least trying to understand.
First of all,
at least trying to understand why. That's the problem. They don't want to understand why.
They just see whatever is on the news.
Vandalism,
that's it.
Okay, you gotta go.
Even you want to see a good example?
So cops are kidnapping people for no reason.
In unmarked vehicles.
Yeah.
This sounds like Nazi Germany to me. This don't sound like a democracy.
Yeah.
But you see, this is crazy, right? So basically what you're telling us is that our First Amendment rights don't matter. And the right to protest. I wish the same energy of you people that talk about Black Lives Matter and people rioting and people breaking into buildings. I wish you guys had the same energy when all those people from the boonies came with their guns and they pulled up at a district office because they
screaming at the
because
cops.
They wanted to go outside. Well, newsflash.
Because they didn't get a haircut, because they couldn't eat a cheeseburger.
When I saw that interview and the dude said, "Why are you here?" He said, "I just want a cheeseburger, dude."
I'm like,
really, dude?
What?
You look like a cheeseburger right now, bro. You're dead sweating, bro, on the microphone, telling me
you're sweating grease,
bro.
You're sweating Crisco.
Like, is that Crisco, bro? Like, come on, dude.
You are sweating out what you eat.
What you eat, bro. And you look like the most unhealthy motherfucker, bro. If natural selection happened, I guarantee it, bro. You're not surviving, bro. I swear to God. You would not survive.
You are the definition of what high cholesterol is. High blood pressure, diabetes.
Blood pressure, bro.
You are a walking all three of those.
All three, man.
You are walking death sentence, my guy.
Instead of saying, you know what, I want to be outside for a jog.
A walking health hazard.
I want to be outside to breathe. No, sir. Cholesterol first.
Like, fuck
everything
that.
After. And it's like, you walk into a federal building with guns, with bullets strapped in an ass.
Like, they came through ready. Like, they were ready for war, bro.
And you had people protesting because to protect other people's health, you brought guns to intimidate people.
You brought guns for your own selfish ways.
To intimidate people, to say, oh, get the person out here, or as we're starting a riot. So to me, that didn't look like a riot to y'all, but this is.
These are the same motherfuckers talking about.
And I'm not denying that these people, looting and stuff, that's not considered a riot. Obviously, it's a riot. Obviously,
it's a response to no response.
To no response.
Period. You're not helping us. Okay, we gonna tear some shit up.
But here's the thing, right?
We gonna see.
What do you in all honesty, right? How do you expect people to react in a situation where they see those things? Because we've done the peaceful protesting.
Exactly.
We've done the sitting down. We've done the kumbayas and shit.
We done with that shit.
We've done the marching.
But see, you know what's funny? It's now being brought out into the world. I've been saying this shit since the early 2010s. I said all this peaceful shit that we keep doing, that they keep telling us, oh, go do this instead. It has not been working, which is why when I saw niggas out here rioting and looting, I was so happy. Now, do I believe?
No, because you see, I didn't want that happening because
no. I was happy because of the fact that's a response. If you're not gonna get your ass up to do something as simple as what we asked you to do, then we have to do what we have to do. But
here's the problem, right? You have an issue like this where people, all they focus on is looting. They don't focus on the task at hand. And granted, I agree. People have different ways of dealing with frustration.
Ridiculous.
People have different ways of expressing how they feel about something. But when you see the looting, guess what? There's a difference. that same very day before the shooting happened with Kyle and that group of people,
Yeah.
there was a peaceful protest that entire day. The news didn't talk about that.
News likes to see
the news
chaotic
likes
shit.
chaotic. And I'm talking about Fox, I'm talking about CNN, I'm talking about MSNBC, all of them alike. They don't put the two ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
They put, the looting, and they praise the looting on one network, and then the next network is telling us that we're animals.
That's the media. That's the media.
Double standard.
But guess what? They are against the people.
It's
Both
always
of them.
been against the people.
CNN, MSNBC, all of them people,
always.
the leftist people, they've never been on our side, and that's the thing about it.
And it's
right
to
side,
fit their own agendas.
Yeah, they're more in the closet about it. The right side, they tell you, we don't fuck with y'all.
Yeah, they tell
period.
you
Y'all
straight
acting
up.
like animals. Look at y'all.
The left is more like up north racist. Up north racists, they'll hide from, they'll smile in your face and tell you, oh yeah, have a nice day.
They're the union.
They're the union.
The union.
Down south,
They're the Confederacy.
Care. They call you a nigger to your face.
They don't care. They don't
care.
Fuck. They'll like, listen, we don't fuck with y'all
they
niggas, period.
But the problem with that is this, right? We are living in the 21st century.
Yep.
And we still have people that are racist.
And that's why, which is why I also said this, bro. It doesn't matter whether we protest peacefully or if we're fucking shit up to make a statement. Either way, it won't work. Nobody's listening.
But see, the problem is that when you have that, they don't look at the little white kids burning stuff up. They don't look at the people that are not black, that are not there doing those things. But yet you have people that are pointing out and saying, oh, well, it's Black Lives Matter because it's associated with black people.
When you even seen the protesters, a lot of them were segregated. They were segregated. You had those who said, "Listen, we're only fighting against the cause." You had people who want to riot shit to blame it on black people. You had those who were rioting for the right reason, saying, "Listen, we stand with Black Lives Matter." Whatever. So it was completely segregated into four ways. Yeah, people just came in for no reason.
For a photo op.
Yeah, who came in for no reason, doing some dumb shit.
Instagram posts.
Yeah, like
that's it.
Oh, like in Portland, for example, that became All Lives Matter so quickly.
Yeah.
So quickly. You had people looking like they're coming from the goddamn circus with Barnum and Bailey. You have some of these women out here doing yoga, sitting naked in front of the fucking cops. Like, this was not.
First of all,
this was not even supposed to be about y'all.
First of all,
take your asses and go back home. Go put some raisins in your fucking mashed potatoes, okay? And leave us the hell alone. Fucking Karens.
That's fucking nasty.
Shit.
Like, first of all, who came up with raisins and mashed potatoes?
My God.
Like, what's wrong with you guys?
White people.
And second of all, nobody wants to see your Jimmy Dean sausages when you're standing naked in front of these cops, bro.
Jimmy Dean.
Like, nobody wants to see that, bro.
They literally made this shit about them.
I'm telling you.
This wasn't even about, like, the protest or the person who passed away.
Like it wasn't even about that. This was all about them. But see, that's what I mean. Like, everything is lost in translation.
This is why with some allies or accomplices, you have to be careful with them because they'll tell you, yeah, we're all here for you. Then they step out of their lane, do some wild shit.
But see, that's the problem.
Like, bruh.
We are unified to some degree, but it gets blown out of proportion.
Yes, bro.
Because you look at the people protesting and it's like, you care more. This is how I know society is fucked up. You care more about stores that have insurance. But stores that make billions of dollars a year.
Isn't that what I said in episode 14?
Versus people that are screaming and crying for help.
Didn't I say that in episode 14?
And a change in their environment.
Did I or did I not say that in episode 14? Right? I said that in episode 14.
And don't get me wrong. Like, I don't agree with looting. I think it's dumb. But at the same time, it's like, how else do you want people to react? How else do you want people to respond? Because people have been responding the standardized way for years now. Since Martin Luther King, even before that, since Gandhi, bro.
Facts.
Like, how long? There were monks setting themselves on fire because people weren't listening.
Yeah.
There were people setting themselves on fire. There were people marching. There were people getting hosed down, getting eaten by dogs because people were not listening.
Facts.
There were people that died. Like, you can't make this shit up.
And you know what this is now? We are literally on, I'm not gonna say neither the right nor wrong side of history. We are a part of history right now. What we're in the middle of right now is literally history.
It sucks to live through history.
Yeah,
it really does.
But you know what? This is the time of a shift. A lot of these things are happening before it gets better.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens.
And I don't want to hear any more All Lives Matter people.
I don't
want to hear it, bro.
Shut up.
If you care,
shut up.
First of all, if you care about all lives,
it's not even about black and white, bro.
If you care about all lives, anytime a black person says something, come join us.
Facts. Shut the fuck up. Get your fat ass up.
What it looks like to me is that you feel sorry that you're left out. So if you,
but all you had to do was just at least understand us.
Here's the thing, right?
Oh my God, bro.
instead of learning about what the bigger picture is, you're taking it as, oh, black people are separating themselves and making it about them. No. If you truly care, and I'm challenging all you All Lives Matter people, if you truly care,
listen to what he's saying now. This is real shit.
About all lives that you say you do, go join a protest that's out of your comfort zone.
Yeah. Step out of that comfort zone.
You say that all lives matter instead of being a keyboard warrior.
Get off your fucking screen.
Get off your keyboard.
Get off
warrior,
the keyboards.
Get off your clickety clack keyboards.
Facts.
Your multicolored keyboards that you play, you Twitch stream from.
Get
your ass up.
All you keyboard crips out there, and you behind the screen bloods out there. Come on,
all day.
We're challenging you.
The same way you can fix your mouth and you can fix your fingers to type and say these things about, oh, Black Lives Matter, this Black Lives Matter. Come out and protest with us.
Facts.
Come for the cause. Understand that these people are humans. They're more than the color of their skin.
Facts.
They're human beings.
Facts. All we're here for is equality, bro.
When that little young white boy died,
he was shot. Let's go there. I
saw people in the Black Lives Matter,
myself included,
were out there protesting because we
were against the dude who shot the kid. That's a kid,
and, you know,
bro.
And you know,
like race aside, that's a kid.
That's a child.
That's a kid.
And you guys were sitting there saying,
like,
"Oh, all lives matter."
Where's Black Lives Matter?
And I literally saw
where's Black Lives Matter protesting for this?
Multiple people out there crying and felt bad because
that's a kid, human bro.
Killed a child. That child could have been something.
Facts.
He could have been something.
Facts.
And you know, when you start taking away the human aspect from things, and you start to look at race only, you have a problem.
Yep.
You have a problem.
Yep.
Because now we're no longer just talking. And let's be clear for the 100th time. Black Lives Matter does not mean all lives do not matter. When we say these things for black people, it's deep rooted in the system.
Can I say this, bro?
I don't know how many times you could say that.
I'm gonna say this, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. I stopped explaining myself to non-black people for the longest now because
you have to keep reiterating it because it doesn't stop.
I don't have to because I've said all I needed to say. It's your job to go do your fucking research. I'm not going to keep wasting my breath on these people who don't want to understand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, there's people who would like to understand. There are people who approach me and be like, hey, what does this mean? Like, whatever. I'll give very little details, but the rest is up to you to literally do your own research. There's people out here who just don't want to understand it. They don't want to hear it. So then why would you kill yourself to people who just don't give a fuck?
Because the thing is this, right? We live through our future now with zero context. Now people are just thinking it's not just from here. You have your government telling you Black Lives Matter is a bad thing. You have people on the internet shaming Black Lives Matter, and it's always been this way. Because
understandable. You talking about like misinformation?
Yes,
I get that.
Spreading misinformation is the worst thing you can do.
But you know what else, bro?
Imagine real quick. The time. Imagine if Martin Luther King at the time the internet existed around the time Martin Luther King, they would have branded that guy.
Oh shit!
As a terrorist.
Facts.
In 2020, Facts. A Martin Luther
Malcolm
King.
X probably worse.
Oh fuck it.
Because they don't like Malcolm X.
Martin Luther King couldn't exist in this time frame.
Yep.
Because they would have branded him a terrorist. They would have branded him a cult leader. They would have branded him so many bad things that it would have overshadowed the message of what he had to understand. And I'm so glad that it happened during a different time where people can actually see on television the mass groups of people that came together, flooded Washington just to hear a speech, just to hear people talk. And seeing that today is golden. To me, it's like living through history because when you watch a side by side between the 50s and 60s up until now, nothing's changed.
That's facts.
The only thing that's changed is the clothes. Nothing's changed. And people, with the amount of resources and information and how advanced we are, we still choose to think a different way. We don't treat each other as humans.
No, we don't.
We treat each other based off the color of our skin, based off of our status, who we are, what our name says. You have people on one side that say it's okay to make someone else feel inferior to you.
Right.
Then you have another group of people that push that back and say, well, I don't want to feel inferior. I want to feel equal. Then you have the people in the middle who judge both sides and then mix everything up.
Yep.
And everything gets thrown apart.
Yep.
So at what point do we sit down and we look at each other and say, this shit's got to stop?
It starts with ourselves first.
But at some point, right? as somebody who's an adult, and it's not children saying these things. These are fully grown adults who went through school, who went through college, who got an education, just like a bunch of everybody else.
Yeah.
At one point, do you sit down and you tell yourself, man, I can't live like this?
When you finally get a wake-up call.
I can't live like this.
When you get a wake-up call.
Even if somebody who is, like, doesn't it suck to be racist, bro?
For some people, it doesn't
like,
matter to them.
You get up in the morning and the first thing you think is, I hate this group of people.
Yep.
I hate this many group of people.
That couldn't be us, man. I just can't be that person.
And you know, it's so sad to know that deep down, generations behind, in the same mouth that you speak to say these racist things, in your blood is black blood. In your blood is Native American blood. There's different groups, different. Your skin means nothing. Because at the end of the day, when you go in the sun, you change color. When you were born, you were a different color than you are now. Your gender wasn't even the same when you were developing. So anything you say about the structure of who you are as a human makes no sense. Being white means nothing.
It's
being black means nothing. Because
it's what
if
you
it's like, you know, when you
kid.
read the Bible and when you read these different things and when you see religion as a whole, it preaches
the same shit.
Continuity, basically,
the same shit.
In the human nature.
Yep.
And you have these different people that we as people created that separation of skin color. We created that separation of, you know what? This group of people will stay over here.
Classists,
this group of people will stay over here.
Systems,
and I always said it. I said, even if black people, if you got rid of all the black people in America on this earth. No, I'm saying that right now. If you get rid of all the black people, if you get rid of all the Spanish people, if you get rid of all the Native Americans, and you just had one race of people, I guarantee you they will still find some way to be racist or to be judgmental or to be some way towards a group of people. You have black hair? Well, guess what? You're not as cool as the dude who has blonde hair. The red hair people, fuck them. And it's that mentality.
Yep.
And even Hitler.
I was about to say that too.
He didn't even look like what he envisioned was the perfect race.
Was it blonde hair, blue eyes?
Blonde hair, blue eyes, and he wasn't even that. So to tell you that much of how far his brain was and how it was wired, you're right. It was an issue within himself.
Yep.
And it was a self-hate for himself.
Which is why I say that it all starts within yourselves first before you can go out and reach out and be like, hey, you know what? I want to make this change and do something better, you know, while in interaction with other people. So, you know, we have to unlearn the toxic and negative things that we were learned from our parents.
And, you know, I encourage people to have a conversation. Talk.
Dialogue is important.
Talk to each other. You know, explain. If somebody doesn't understand something, explain it to them. Tell them, hey, this is how I feel about something. And let's stop acting like children for once in our fucking lives.
Facts.
Let's stop acting like children and have a conversation.
I agree.
I could sit there and tell you that I can talk to someone who's racist, and I have done it before. I've had friends in the past who have been racist, and I sit there and I talk to them. And if it's up to you as the person, and some of them I've changed their way of thinking, and other people I haven't. But it's up to you as a person to move forward and think. Me as a human being, I'm more than the color of my skin. And I know that. Anybody I've ever spoken to, I don't look at them at the colors of their skin. I look at them who they are as a personality, how we communicate, and you as a human being. How do you speak for yourself? How do you represent yourself? That's how I look at it. Because I've seen people who are like, that look like fucking DMX in 2002, and they're the smartest people out there.
Facts.
They don't try to be, oh, well, you know, and you sit down, you have a conversation with them, and they're the smartest people ever.
Yeah.
The same thing with Tupac. Tupac, he dressed a certain way, but he talked.
People hated his thug personality, but that man was real smart.
He proved that he can have two personalities and still can't be defined by what he looks like.
Yep.
Like, come on, dude. Like,
Facts.
we're even further now than we were then.
Far advanced.
So it's like, what is your excuse now?
Exactly.
To me, there should be no excuse.
Exactly. We're in 2020.
2020.
You know what I'm saying? 2020.
And you know what? That Martin Luther King thing was not so long ago. It wasn't that long ago.
About maybe 50,
60 years
ago.
It wasn't that long ago. Most people's parents are that age.
Yeah.
So it really wasn't that long ago. But to see that we've made no progress and history repeating itself shows that this is not just
in this situation.
It's no progress.
Yeah.
Because it's just like you're masking it with a shiny coat, but underneath it's still fucked up.
Yep. Exactly.
So you have people that sit there and say, you know what? Everything looks great because in your face, they're just showing like these little bright lights, but it's like nothing is changing. And it's kind of depressing,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah,
But
indeed.
I just think like at this point we need to like tighten up, bro.
We do. We have a lot to learn. We have a long way to go too. So
and we shouldn't have a long way to go.
I
but
know.
Fuck it.
I know. Absolutely.
But anyway,
I'm
done ranting. I apologize.
No, it's all good, man.
I turned to Jesse Jackson for a second.
Oh my goodness.
I'm Chris now. I'm back.
Really quick, I believe we're gonna go ahead and talk about Chadwick Boseman from Black Panther, and unfortunately he has passed away. Last night his family has disclosed the news and let everybody know that he has been battling colon cancer for 4 years, and unfortunately he lost that battle. And I know the entire world is grieving right now. I'm just as shocked. I got a text. I got two text messages. I got one from Ellie and one from my other group chat with my friends, and saying that Chadwick Boseman died. I'm like, what? I'm like, nah, no way. The man was 43 years old, bro. Like, he didn't even look 43 either. You know, he looked so healthy. He looked so happy and shit. I'm very upset to hear about this because 2020 has literally been a very, very terrible year. We've lost a lot of people, and there's so many people right now who are still grieving from Kobe, and who else do we lose? Pop Smoke,
like we Juice lost WRLD. Like, think about this, right? We lost Kobe and Crazy. Chadwick in the same year.
Same year.
Like, I'm just done with this year, man.
The Black Mamba and the Black Panther.
That's crazy.
But
all I gotta say is rest in peace, man. Like,
facts.
He was a visionary, and there's gonna be other people that are gonna be inspired by him that are gonna come after him, and I can only just sit and watch as these things become reality. But him dying, just like that, hit me different. Like, I was sad when Kobe died, but this shit just hit me different because he was such a humble dude, and I always told myself, I said, one day I want to meet that guy.
You know what I would say. What Kobe and Chadwick both had in common, their cup was filled.
Yeah.
They have done all they could. They've met all their accomplishments. They've reached all their goals, everything. And, it was all perfect timing. And even it was something that somebody posted on Twitter, and I actually agree. I can kind of agree with that. No matter what the age is, right? If you feel like your cup has been filled and you've fulfilled everything, when that person has died, they've done their job.
Yeah.
They've done their job. I think the only thing that a lot of us are focused more on is from the emotional standpoint, where a lot of us feels like a piece of us died when that person has died.
Yeah.
Right. Where it's like, damn, I'm never gonna hear or see this person again. And I can understand that. And I'm not gonna lie to you, like, the first time I ever actually cried to somebody dying was Michael Jackson, which, by the way, he would have turned 62 years old today. So happy birthday and rest in peace to the king. When Mike died, I was very devastated. This is somebody I grew up on ever since I was a kid, one of my favorite entertainers of all time. And to this day, I'm still in denial. I still can't believe he's gone. I play his music. I see him on videos and shit. I'm like, damn, like, you are literally gone. I can't believe it, So a lot of people feel that same way about Kobe, and a lot of people are still going to feel the same way about Chadwick and a few other artists as well.
Can we just trade Trump for him, bro? Like,
somebody. Shout out. I don't even want to mention him, so I'm not gonna get you in trouble. But he did say, we should trade all the politicians in for Kobe and Chadwick, and I actually agree with that.
Yeah, but R.I.P. to Chadwick, man.
Absolutely.
I'm not even gonna do the music segment. To be
honest.
I
don't even want to be honest. It is. Yeah, we're good right now. But let's just go ahead and take a moment of silence for Chadwick really quickly. Wakanda forever.
Yeah, rest in peace, man.
Indeed, man. Indeed. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up, y'all. I want to thank each and every one of y'all for tuning in to Let's Talk About It. Whether you are a new listener or a reoccurring listener, I want to thank each and every one of y'all. I greatly appreciate it. Be sure to check us out on Twitter and Instagram at RealLTAI_. That's RealLTAI_. And where can the good people find you, bro?
I'm not gonna shout out my Instagram today. But I just want to say thank you to everybody that's been listening.
Yeah, for real.
You guys have really been making this a dream for us, and
For real.
to be able to come here and talk about how we feel,
Yeah.
it's amazing. So
and even if I can add on to that, the fact that people would literally take the time out and just listen, and having people reach out to us and be like, yo, I appreciate the podcast, y'all did well. We greatly appreciate y'all, like, for real. Thank you so much. All right,
but I guess we're gonna wrap this up. So
indeed,
thank you for listening. We'll see you guys next time.
till next time.
Deuces.